Hello, everyone. Wow, the light. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, world. Today it's an interesting topic, and welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you all for coming, and we're going to talk about an interesting topic. It's about divorce in the Philippines. Uh, do you agree to have the divorce legalized here in the Philippines? Because as all of you know, that the Philippines, aside from the Vatican City, is the only that has no divorce. So here, we're still working on having it legalized. So we're going to talk about the disadvantage, the advantage, but here's an more interesting is we're gonna have ladies come up in the panel and we'll talk about it. So this the Filipina series uh that you guys have seen in our channel, those single Filipinos will try to come up and we'll talk about it. Okay, and we're gonna, this is all our opinion, so everybody's opinion is valid here. Okay, so this is a discussion, so we're going to talk about, I'm going to introduce one by one all the Filipinas, so be nice to them. All right. Okay, so first one that will come up is Marjorie. Hello, Marjorie.
Hi, good evening.
Marjorie is one of those single Filipinas. So, if I will gonna put all their links, their YouTube links, so you get to know more about them. All right. So next one is May. Hello, May.
Hi everyone. Hello. Good
May is,
evening.
yes. May is that's her other name. Her name in the thumbnail is Mirasol. So the beautiful Filipinas here. Next one would be Nova. Hello, Nova. Nova, can you hear me? Hello, Nova, can you hear us?
Parang hindi siya.
Woohoo, Nova.
Hi.
Hi,
Ayan.
can you hear us? Good evening. So Nova's one of the Filipinas, everyone. Again, please check out the description box. You get to know more about them. They have their own time. They have their own show. So they're just here to share their opinions about divorce. All right. Okay. And the next one, there's also more coming. One, I think two, three of the Filipinas is still coming. So we're gonna wait for them. But the show must go on, right? So another Filipina is Mitch. Hi, Mitch.
Hello,
Hello.
Miss.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, or good morning.
Hello, good evening to you too.
Good
All right.
evening.
Is my audio okay? I think it's
Yes,
Yeah, loud and clear.
yes, loud and clear.
okay.
All right. So everyone, there's not a comment here. Yes, we need divorce in the Philippines. How can I wanted a decent remarried again if still married in the Philippines? And Big E, hello Big E. I'd like to volunteer to be the judge on the divorce court. And Hazy Cheesy, the Filipina, Mr. and Mrs. Rileys. Thank you, Hazy Cheesy. And the Philippine is out of their mind for no divorce. So again, this video is just a discussion, okay? It's our own opinion, so no one will sue us or anything. As we all know, right, right. Okay. So, we are kaninong aso 'yun?
Sa kapitbahay.
No, I don't think that's mine. All right.
He
So,
wants to join us.
right, right. Okay. Wait. So we're going to. It's very interesting, right? So right now in the Philippines, we only have legal separation and annulment, right?
Adogas naman si
Wait a minute. I'm going.
I think Nova is your dog.
That's okay.
That's what that's
Rinig niya
okay.
tumatahol.
Huh?
Rinig niya may tumatahol, kaya tumahol din siya.
Whose dog is
Uh,
that?
I don't know.
Aso ng kapitbahay.
It's not mine now. My dog just heard a dog barking from the speaker, so he bark also.
All right. Okay. So hey, hello, ladies. You got panel. It's very good to see. Yes, yes, yes. Interesting. But I was thinking it's my dogs, but it's not. It's silent right now here. So I don't know whose dog is it, but I'm going to try to mute you all first
Mute one
and
by
see.
one.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Yes. I'm going to mute, but there's still coming people coming. Oh, Mitch. What happened to Mitch? Hello, FWA. Okay. Uh-oh. Can't mute Mitch. I think Mitch is having problems. But just come back, Mitch. It's okay. Welcome to the Philippines. All right. You're back. So, and it's all
Yeah, I think
silent
I
right
lost my
now.
internet.
You're fine. It happens. Okay. So, I'm going to mute you first and I'm uh mute you. Pero wala nang no dog. Arcelia, arf arf. I guess it's my dog. Arcelia, are you up here? Wait. So I'm going to. Hello, Arcelia. Welcome, welcome. So there's still more coming. I think there's still one more coming in. Yes, but
There's there's something on my phone.
what?
My phone is shaking. I don't know what happened to my screen.
I didn't do anything.
Nakikita niyo ba ako normal?
Yes,
Have you seen?
normal.
Normal naman.
Oh my God, what happened to my phone?
All
the
right.
screen, the screen is shaking.
You can work on it, May. It's okay. You have the link, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
will try
so
to. I will try to leave first, and then I will
that's okay. Go ahead.
log in. Paano ba?
Ar-
Wow. Anyari dito?
All right. So we're back to four, but still there's going to be uh all ladies. So again, this three ladies, four or five ladies that will come up here are all in the Filipina series. They are all single, and if you know more about their stories, go check out that we had this kind of like a album or something. Yes, here you go. Okay, so today we're going to talk about divorce, right? We're going to talk, but I think I'm going to ask Marjorie. Marjorie, tell us about the annulment, right? You know a lot about annulment. So can you tell us, because that's nowadays are, the latest, only the annulment and the legal separation. So tell us a little bit of that, Marjorie.
Regarding about the annulment, you have to, of course, you have to process and you have to file it first. And then it depends how long, if you're going to take, if the the couples will, uh, if I will be the one to file the case for my ex-husband, or rather my husband, because we're not yet annulled at the moment. Um, if ever my husband will also file a case against me to answer all the allegations, the process will take long time to have the decision of annulment. But if the couples have their own agreement, the internal arrangement that I'm not going to show myself in the court, it will be more easy, and it will lessen the burden of the case. It will shorten the term. That's what happened to me. I only took 9 months to be annulled.
Wow, 9 months. That's
9 months.
awesome. Oh, okay, so Filipinas always late. Let's welcome Ansky. Hello, Ansky. Welcome. I think Ansky's gonna work on her mic. Ansky, oh, she froze too. Ansky, can you hear us, Ansky? Wait a minute. I don't think she can hear us. Oh, and her what you call that? Her signal is kinda off. See? Okay. Ansky, you had to drop down and try to come up again. Okay. Okay. All right. So again, about the divorce, it was they announced that a bill proposing the legalization of divorce, right, in the Philippines, had been approved by the Committee on Population and Family Relations of the House of Representatives, and that was last year of August 17. But there's right, Marjorie? What is but it wasn't been approved yet, right?
Yeah, it's never been approved. It's already on. They called it, what do you call it in English? Yung camera, yung council. I don't know the term from the Senate, but the Senate's still talking about it.
Yeah, it's only got previewed, right? It only got
Yeah.
previewed, but it's not final. The senators been trying to uh, work on it too, right? They're trying to convince it, but still on hold, and it might take a long time, right?
Yes.
Might take years to work on it. Yes. And only two things that we have right now, only legal separation and
Annulment.
annulment, right? Right. All right. So about the advantage and the disadvantage. All right. So I'm gonna ask Nova. The reason why, one of the reason I think why that it's still not, we're still not in divorce, divorce is not legalized yet. It's because we are in a, like Catholic opposed to it, right? They don't want to agree for certain reason, right? Yes. So, anybody, oh, and said that it's her signal is not uh good.
Oh,
It's okay, Ansky. Keep trying. Hello, J3. Thank you, FWA. Maria Gracia Vlogs. Thank you. All right, so we're going to uh, talk about the advantage of the divorce here in the Philippines. Okay, anybody can share their views. What would be the advantage if
Mhm.
ever, uh, you know, the divorce will be legalized?
Okay. Go
For
ahead,
me,
Nova.
yes. For me, the first advantage of having a divorce rate in Philippines, it's both both sides will have their freedom, to choose to be with somebody else that they want to be with. We do have failures in marriage, even in just a relationship like boyfriends and girlfriends. So it really takes two to tango to, uh, to think of the things that they wanted to do for their own selves after the maybe chaotic situation in the family. That's why they wanted to have a divorce. It's like, um it's a big, yeah, it's, how do we call it, it's like a big burden that was taken away from themselves, because if we are in a relationship, we are in a marriage that is not working already, it's hard. You could get depression. There's a lot of things that could happen to you in the situation that you cannot handle anymore. So I think it's one of the advantage, the peace of mind also, the
Yes.
the battle that you are feeling inside, that you really want to go out of this kind of situation. It's a freedom.
Yes, that's true.
Mm.
I agree, Nova. And did you guys know that it's illegal to commit adultery here? So if
Mm.
if the two married couple uh been married for a long time and they've been separated for 5 years, and the other fell in love and the other mate would file for adultery, that's a crime already, right? So that's also not good, no chances of love, right?
True.
Yes,
They will
yes,
only hurt each other,
yes,
both physically and emotionally.
right, right. And it's good thing that we're gonna, like trying to help more people that is stuck on the marriage that is not already not working for a long time. Like they
Right.
will be given a chance to, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
All right. Thank you, Nova. Marjorie, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I just want to add some for the advantages of having a divorce is for those people who's been physically abused and emotionally abused at the same time. Because, and also I want to add the fixed marriage, the arranged marriage that we call, that's still happening here in the Philippines. Uh, we usually, when you're in a marriage, we are Filipino. We have a very high moral in marriage. We really value the word marriage for us,
Mhm.
especially the parents of the bride. They really have to always explain that even though the wife is already beaten or being hurt or being hit by her wife, by her husband, the family always saying it's okay and it's fine because you're married, you don't have to be separated from it. But the advantage of having divorce here in the Philippines will be more, what do you call this, convenient, more convenient for the people who especially suffered and physical abuse and the fixed marriage, because we knew that having a arranged marriage, we don't really love or like the person we're gonna marry. because it's a parent's choice, we have to follow it. Because that's our ano that's our obligation, and that's our one of our responsibilities being their child. And
It's a
it,
culture, right?
yeah, it's in the culture actually. And if the divorce will be done here in the Philippines, the people or the wife or even the husband, we're not only the wife that been beaten. There's also an abusive partner.
Mm.
uh, Men and women suffered both parties in that situation. So for me, I agree to have a divorce in the Philippines for us to be free from the pain, from the hurt, from the emotional and physical abuse, and for us to find who really want for us to be together and who we will choose to be with in our lives.
Mm.
Yeah. Culture really plays a big role here, right? We're kind
Yeah.
of like Philippines, kind of like a conservative that it's really not.
Mm.
We're too conservative, and we are living inside the box that, if that's why I'm not saying all, but some of the OFW understand those kind of stuff because they went outside the country and learn about the culture. Some
Yeah.
others is already, can understand those stuff. Yeah. So, yes. Is anybody of you got a parental arrangement?
No.
I think it happens that in a mountain, right? Like or by
Um,
a tribe, right? A tribe that
our
they're going.
our Muslim brothers,
Yes.
they do arranged marriage.
Oh,
Yeah, Hasty Cheese said conservative from the outside. Yeah, but we're like kinky. Right, right. Yes. And also the other tribe too, like they gave some, you know, we value the parents. Whoever the oldest of the family is will get a reward if ever their children or their grandchildren will marry with whom they choose, right? And yeah, it depends on the family of how rich they are.
it
Sometimes they
also
give the
happened, the arranged marriage also happened for the rich people.
Yeah,
yes, yes,
for
rich
So
people.
the
decent
wealth will not go
Mm,
to any person or any people, only for the family.
right, 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 right. Okay, so those are the advantage. And anybody else thought about any advantage? Yeah, advantage for the parental marriage, right? And advantage for freedom to to fall in love again without uh, not getting to a crime, just like Noah said, not getting into a crime because it's a crime here. Adultery is a crime here in the Philippines.
yeah.
So can't yeah, you can't fall in love if you are legally married because once they filed a case against you, you are in trouble, especially if you're working in the government, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Or being a
Yes,
marine or a
exactly.
policeman. Oh man, you that's trouble right there. Yes. Okay. So, anybody uh aside from those that I mentioned, anybody thought of any advantage? Oh, Nova said that uh depression, right? Decreases the population to depressions that
Yeah.
in our culture we got people put us down just because we fall in love with other people, because this marriage didn't work. So, right, the marriage didn't work, I fall in love with another one. They say, oh wow, look at that.
Mm.
uh
You
he's
are
some
married.
he's
You can't do like
yeah,
that.
right, right. It's it's people talking, right? The Marites is talking, and it's not really good, right? Or Karen in
Mm.
other
Can I
place,
say
right?
something?
Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead, Mitch.
Okay. I think for me, divorce is there's two options about it. Syempre, I mean, especially for us parents, like me, for me, I'm a single mother, so I don't really know about divorce and getting divorced because I'm not married.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we go approve the divorce, what about the kids? Let's
Right.
consider them first. Maybe that's why they don't approve the divorce because of our kids. We have a lot to talk about. It's not just us. It's not just the parents or the husbands and wives. We have to consider the kids first, or we have to consider our kids as well. If we take a divorce or annulment, because maybe it's hard for us and also for the kids, right? It's not about ourselves, also for our kids because we have our kids. So I think it's the disadvantage of getting it. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion because I saw or I've heard so many families that they take maybe they don't get the divorce or annulment, but the kids are suffering from it already. So I think as long as it's just for me, it's just my opinion. As long as the kids are getting involved in that divorce or annulment, maybe that I think that's why they don't approve it for now.
Yes, you are right. You know, every mother would be thinking about it. Na,
Mm-hmm.
oh, hey, how about my kids? How about this? But
Yes,
there
exactly.
are also situations that couples is not living together, and even though they have
Mm-hmm.
kids, still they're not living together. And there are
Mm-hmm.
cases too that they fell in love or they want to fall in love, but yes. And
Okay.
you know,
I
that's the problem. That's really our problem, you know, as a mother, that we really
Yes.
think of our kids uh yeah,
First, before
first.
ourselves, right?
Right, 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 right.
Mm-hmm.
okay. May
Yes.
I say something? I would like to answer about sino to? Miss yung
Which,
ano about sa divorce. Yeah. Because he's not married, right? So divorce or annulment.
yeah, I'm not.
So as you were talking about the kids, no? Divorce or annulled or you are not married, it doesn't matter because uh, sa ngayon kasi they are how you call it? How would I say? The support of the children, you know, is already how would I say? Um, legal. The parents need to give a support. Either they are married or they are not married. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
problem
Yes,
about
yes.
divorce or you are not married or whatever because the law they are already quoting about the the how to call it anong tawag dito
Child
sustento
support.
sa
It's child
child
support.
support, yeah, yes, child support.
Yes, yes.
And about also the divorce, Rafi Tulfo, I heard that many times that he is pushing about the divorce now kasi because of those partners or marriage that they are not
Mm.
already, understanding each other and they're always fighting like that. So,
Battered
and
wife, just like that.
yeah, and of course, and also the annulment is too expensive, and the divorce is easier than the annulment. Actually, my annulment, it took
Mm-hmm.
me maybe 12 years before I got finally my annulment. I filed my annulment way back 2010. So, this year lang siya natapos, 2000, this last last July. I went to the Philippines for vacation just
Wow.
for my annulment finally. So, it took me a very, very long time. And it's expensive, of course, and hassle, and
Mm-hmm.
very hassle and expensive. So, that's why Rafi Tolfo pushing the divorce na ipapatupad yung divorce in the Philippines. Di ba? That's what I heard
Yeah.
from the news, from his sa ano ngayon, my news feed.
Not only
Yeah.
Rafi Tulfo, there's two more senators that
Yeah.
really trying to push
Can I
the.
add some? Some?
Go ahead, Marjorie.
Uh, can I add some? I just support the what the statement of Miss, the last one who talked,
Mitch.
Mhm.
Mitch.
Oh,
Mitch.
no,
Actually,
Mirasol,
oh,
Mirasol.
Mirasol,
May.
the last
Ah,
lady
okay, Rizal.
just talked, Miss
I
Mirasol.
think it's
I
me.
just want to add some, and I just want to answer the opinion of Miss Mitch. Actually, every woman, especially the mother, understand the feeling first and foremost the feelings of their children. We always
Yes.
value and always prioritize the feeling of our children because that's what a mother do to their children. But
Will do.
are you going to
Yes.
be happy if the wife been beaten so many times in the front of their children? For me, I'm not going to agree
Exactly.
that the children will be affected if the parents decided to get separate ways. But there are some children also like and love to see their parents be separated but, uh, than to be together by just hurting and yelling every day, every morning, every afternoon, even in the moment they
Exactly.
sleep, right? So the children right now, the kids right now in the millennial, or what we call this, a Gen X Gen, that what we call right now, they are so bright. They're very intelligent, and when you, it's only happen that the children will never be affected. For me, I see because I'm a separated person. I'm already a single mom. I have a 10-year-old kid, but when
You're
he asked
annulled,
me,
right?
yeah, I'm an adult legally. But when my kid asked me why we do and why we decide to live separately, I explained him in a way that he can understand my words. So he will not suffer, he will not think, and he will never be traumatized because I don't want to I don't want my kid to be have that kind of feelings because it will hurt me as a mother. But I'll try my best to give the courage, the explanation, and and what do you call this? Enough knowledge for him why we need to end such things like this. And not because the parent will be separated, it will end up for them to be parents. No, we have the thing we call co-parenting, that we can still build good as a good parent in the front of our children, even though we're separated. That's why I never took and I never looked the kids to be traumatized because the parents are just separated. No, because we can do our best thing being a parent because living separately will never stop for us being a parent, but to be good, good example for them and explain them and in a very nice way why those things happened, and they will understand. They will think that in a way that let's put that in a positive thing. So the children will not suffer. Because for me, if you're going to see your parents beaten and yelling at each other every night or every day of their lives, it
Too
will give more
stressful.
trauma for the children if they keep on
Mm.
fighting.
Yes,
So
I've
why you
been
have to be
there.
together if
I
you're
saw
going
my
to do?
parents fighting every now and then. I mean, it's almost every day. I've seen my mother bloody face or even losses or her teeth. I've been there. So that's why I think it's you're correct naman eh. Kasi if we let the kids understand why we have to get an annulment or divorce here in the Philippines, they will understand, yes.
Yeah.
But the problem is their mental health is not that good anymore because they've seen us suffering, battered wife or anything. But yeah, I approve with the I agree with the divorce or annulment as well. But for me, I think
Bad.
it's maybe it's just me because I've been there. I've seen my parents or my siblings suffer from this situation as well. So that's why I said that we have to consider our children as well because I've been
Me
Yes.
too.
there. I've seen all of it.
I saw my
Mm-hmm.
parents fighting in the front of
Mm-hmm.
me. But
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's not
never.
really.
So I'm not gonna put myself in the same shoes like my mother. So I filed
Mm-hmm.
an
Yes,
annulment because
exactly.
I don't want my children to suffer because I'm more attentive and concerned about the trauma can
Yes, my
bring to my
kids.
kids. But
Uh-huh.
when you said that it will be mentally affect to the children, for me, no, it
Yes,
will not affect
sometimes.
mentally
Sometimes. Not
because
all children.
no, I mean no, for me no,
Mm,
I'm not gonna see the children will not gonna suffer mentally. It
mm,
will affect them in their mental health because you're as
mm-hmm.
a mother, it's our responsibility for them to explain it, why those things happened, and why those things we need to decide to live separately.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're there as a mother. That's your role. That's our role
Yes,
to our
exactly.
children to explain them why and what, when, and how. So they will understand step by step until they reach the moment or the time they can totally understand why it happened to my parents to be separated. But
It
because
might take time, right?
Yes.
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
you have to take slowly, step by step
We have
until
to guide them as well.
yeah, as a mother, that's our role. We
Mm-hmm.
have to
Yeah,
guide our
yeah.
children. Diba? We have to guide them. We have to explain them every day of their life if they're going to ask why.
Mm-hmm.
Because children always ask why. That never ending question for
I think
children is
for we,
why.
childrens now are smart. They will understand what's
Yes, that's
happening
why
even though
I even
even
give
if we
that.
we don't yeah.
Yeah, the children now is
Okay.
very intelligent and very knowledgeable about things because of the social medias, about aside from books, about going to school or anything. But most especially
Yeah.
is we are parents, we are mother, we as mother, we will explain them step by step until they reach the time and the moment that we'll totally understand the reason why we got separated.
Mhm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
The
true.
same,
That's true.
Exactly.
the same with my children because uh, we got separated for almost 23 years. My youngest
Oh.
son was 6 months old, so they don't understand what happened because I was a battered wife. So I was beaten
Yes.
with my ex-husband in front of my kids. So what they always told me is, why don't you come back together, something like that, always like that. But because
Mm.
they don't understand yet the situation, so I let them you know, wait until they grown up to explain to them what happened, why I don't want to go back to your father, why like this, why the situation like this. But the parenting is still there. Support them until they finish their study, their college until now. So there's no problem about their their studying or something like that. But their problem only is why my father is there and my mother
Yes.
is there, something like that. So they're just telling me, why don't
I
you
agree with Papa
go
Iwan.
back together? So now they are grown up. They are already, they're already working and grown up adults already. So it's the time I explain to them why. So it will take time, took time for me to explain them why. So yeah, that's the problem. But they don't disagree about the annulment, that they know them going to the court. They know that like this, like that. But their father, he never show up to the court. That's the that's the good thing of our annulment. But it took long time because I was abroad. You know, that's the problem of my annulment. Took long time. Yeah.
Yes,
Can I
it's
add can I add more?
before you add, hang in there, Nova. We'll
Okay,
introduce
okay.
Zenny. Hello, Zenny. Hello,
Hi, good
Hi,
evening.
Zai.
I see
Zenny.
him.
Zenny has
Hi,
an
good
experience
evening.
about divorce too. So she's going to talk about it. But go on, Nova.
Okay. I just want to add up. When we say divorce, it's not automatically to just leave. We have been into many situations. We have think about that for so many times because of what's happening inside the house, what's happening between the man, the husband and the wife. So that's why it's not an easy thing, you know. It's not an easy thing to just separate like that.
Yes.
It really have to be
Mm.
think about for so many times and for so long before you can say that okay, this is it. It's not gonna work. It's time to to live a new life.
Mm.
If you have already been into situation like you have been hurt physically, you've been battered
Mm.
how many times, it's not good. It's not good to stay in that kind of relationship. So it's better to get out of that relationship because it's not working anyway. It's not working at
But
all.
the
Toxic
Filipinas,
relationship.
Yeah.
they really, I agree, they really waited for a long time. They get beaten
Yeah.
up first before they
Mm.
True.
decided
They have
to
to
Yes.
go,
suffer
right?
first.
Suffer first. So
Just
Yeah.
like
strong
my mom,
Philippines.
until now, they're still together.
Because
Mm.
of the children, they broke up.
I
They
think
come
I think
back.
she's
Broke up.
getting
Come
used
back.
to it. Yes.
The
Zenny?
kids, the
I
children will
think
eventually
it's because we
understand
are really a
anyway
strong
what's
woman.
happening.
Filipinas a strong woman.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Hmm.
Eventually they
Yeah,
will
we are
understand
true.
why
We're true
their parents have
warriors.
to separate.
Eventually. Yes, that's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask Zenny about her opinion about divorce and tell us a little bit of what you think about have divorce in the Philippines be legalized. Do you agree to that, Zenny?
Actually, I 100% favorable on that because, divorce make this couple, you know, to be free on the relationship, especially if it's like really a toxic relationship, because you will not reach this age of getting divorced if you already like did everything that you can, you know. So if it's like there's only one party doing his its part or her or his part, and the other one is doesn't reciprocate or don't give his part, then what's the relationship for? You
No.
True.
can't you can't, stay in a
There's
one-sided
no reason for us
relationship.
to stay in that toxic relationship.
Yeah, and relate. It takes two to tango. It takes two to work the relationship. But if there's only one side who's doing that, it's not a relationship anymore. And we all know Filipina that we stick because we are very family oriented people.
Yes.
And even we've been battered,
Yes.
we're gonna stay on the relationship. Why? Because of the culture, the
Mm-hmm.
family, the law. And who's gonna suffer?
The
You
children.
as a human being, followed
You.
by kids. You will get insane. You will get crazy, and that's why there's a lot of extra curricular activities going on because of this. If you have the freedom to choose, decide for yourself if you will stay in the relationship or you need to go out, because it will affect you as a human being, mentally, physically, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
overall. Everything is
That's
affected,
true.
not only you, your family, everybody surrounded you will be affected. But you have to stand on your own as a woman or someone who's getting a divorce, because divorce is not easy emotionally. I've been there. I was in the court. The ambience is different. It's easy to say, I'm going to divorce you because out of anger.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
easy. But if you are in that situation, it's a mixed emotion, but emotionally, yes. If you can't handle that emotion, you're going to break down. So make sure that if you're going to think about divorce, you are ready, totally ready, emotionally, physically, mentally, and you have plan financially. How are you going to support yourself? How can you be independent
Mm.
woman? There's a lot of things to be considered. But first, you have to look after yourself. If you're suffering already on this toxic relationship, then you need
Mm-hmm.
a divorce. It's big issue. It's actually a big issue. We can just
And
look
also
on
the
this.
Catholic. They are the one who are against this divorce.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? Do you agree that there's reason why the Catholic Church disagree to it, right? They tend to not
Mm-hmm.
take advantage, people be taking advantage to divorce as well. Like other
Divorce people.
countries, right? In other countries, like in America, it's like, you know, divorce is like dating. Like if you I don't like you anymore, if I'm bored with you, let's get the divorce. And there's a state as well, different states that no fault, there's no fault in that divorce. Like even if the other one cheated on you, nothing, it's still equal. Your guys still equal.
Mm-hmm.
No, not, no one can get any crime out of it. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
choink, it's a magically, so Catholic Church really tried not for us, for people to not take advantage. What do you guys think about it? Do you
Sorry.
still agree? I mean, do you still agree that no divorce? We are the only one in the whole country except the Vatican City,
Doesn't
right?
have.
That doesn't have divorce. So anywhere in the world, there's divorce, but not in the Philippines, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
I
not
still
actually
open
agree.
yet. It's not
I still agree.
legalized.
I still agree the divorce. Kasi there's a lot of couple also that they cannot afford the annulment. That is the problem.
Yes. That's the other reason as well.
well.
Maybe
So
It's
maybe
not
because
that uh
we don't know yet what's gonna be the process, because once we say
Mm-hmm.
divorce, oh my God, I need money, I need lawyer.
Yes.
Right, right. It takes
It's
money
all
to.
about the money. So
Yeah,
that's why it's
but
hard for us to get a divorce or annulment.
I want to
Annulment
share.
is
It's not
more
that we.
more expensive than the divorce.
Well, actually, I'd rather go
Oh,
divorce.
really?
It's okay. It's actually the same thing. It's the same thing. Annulment and divorce for me is the same. The process is the same. But it's I will share to you some of my experience. I went on this process, and you know, of course, I'm gonna fight for my rights. I have no
Mm-hmm.
idea what I'm gonna do. So I do research, and I seek some legal advice for free. You have like one time free advice for a certain lawyers here. So I tried to find those free lawyers and visited them for just for a free advice. And then when we're in the court, I was like, of course, there's a discussion, throwing this, throwing those, and we can, get into a settlement. And then one time, I don't, um, I didn't see my ex-husband. It's his lawyer. I panic. I panic because, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Sorry, what I'm gonna do. It's already a lawyer, and I don't have any lawyer. I can't afford it. And then we're on the judge.
It's too
Say, okay,
expensive.
yes, it is, and they pay per hour. They pay per hour, and it depends
Mm.
also on what's going on and the paper, the documents that they are dealing with. So um, I panic because how can I defend myself? I am dealing with an experienced lawyer, and who I am. I have no money. So and then when the judge says, "Oh, this is a representative," and how about you, Miss Manukom? Do you have any representative? I said, "No, I can't afford that." Is it possible that I represent myself? It may
Yes.
sound stupid, but I am willing to represent myself. That yes, you can, but you have to to exert time, effort to prepare all the documents that we need, and it's not like 10 pages. It's this thick, like they're making a book. Yeah, so I did do that. Every chapter, I go to notarial office to to do notary stamp on every evidence, every statement that you put in there. It's always a chump, and it costs money. But I don't care because it is more expensive to get a lawyer. I can afford that.
Maybe that's
So
why we
I
get
don't
stuck in
sleep.
this in a relationship about divorce because it's all about the money. So that's why we because we can't afford it.
We
So
we
that's
don't
why even
know.
if we like to get a divorce or annulment, we can't afford it. Yes.
We don't know the process yet in Philippines because they are still discussing that on the Senate.
Mhm.
So, but I believe
Mhm.
that Rafi Tulpo already think about that most Filipino or Filipino doesn't can't afford this, like for the person we're gonna take it like for 100%. There's
Mm.
only like 25% Filipino can afford or less. The rest are poor. They can't. I'd rather buy
And
food
after the
than
divorce, there's child support as well.
Automatically,
It's not
yes.
just the divorce. What about the child
yes.
support?
There's always
Mm-hmm.
automatically
Yes.
the child
So
the
that's
parent the
it's not easy. Maybe that's why it's not easy. Mm-hmm.
It is not. They have to think on how public attorney, so these people can go apply for a divorce. So they need to
Mm-hmm.
think about that on how it's gonna be, or maybe there's some fee, lower fee, or maybe they're gonna They gonna check your financial background first, if you can afford. If not, there's a government subsidy, something like that. This is big. It's big.
Can I just add for some knowledge about the divorce in other country that I knew?
Go ahead,
Actually,
go ahead.
yeah. Actually, as far as actually, I just talked my friend who got divorced in Virginia, actually, the state in Virginia. He told me that before before filing the divorce case, they undergo in the word called they have agreement that you call the divorce decree that will indicate
Mm.
the the rules, the the thing that the both parties like and agreed. It will be put in that divorce decree they called. And during amending both parties, amending the rules they want to put in that decree, if both partners agreed and harmonious talk together with their lawyers, they don't need to file a court. They don't need to undergo hearing because in that process of divorce decree, they already agreed both parties. So there
Mm.
will be no, what do you call this? Uh, violent reaction to each party, and they're both happy about the agreement. They will end that way. They will not going to a hearing anymore. But if during the divorce decree and giving up the rules and agreement not going to be good, they were going to put in a hearing. Then after that, after the hearing, that's the only time that the divorce will be granted or what. And there's they called alimony. It's also indicated for that the alimony they call that the alimony means that the partner, the husband, or the one who filed the divorce will give the in such amount for what do you call ano, uh, giving support
Kid
to the
support.
ex-wife. Yeah, no,
Yes,
no,
can I
not
say
not just the
something?
not just the kid support, but the
Mhm.
ex-wife support. And that they called it alimony. They called it
Yes,
alimony for
Mm.
but
that
not
part,
all
alimony.
states because,
Yeah, but
you
not
know,
all state. Not all state,
right,
because every state have a different law regarding to
right,
divorce.
right.
I'm talking about the Virginia. In Virginia, they give it alimony for ano,
Mhm.
as long as the alimony will stop when the ex-wife got married, got a live-in
Mm.
partner, or having a boyfriend, or whatever the rules or agreement they put in that divorce decree. It will stop the alimony. But if the rules never, um, what do you call this? Yung he never do anything. He always the wife followed the rules and everything about the decree. It will be forever giving the alimony. The partner will support that forever as long as the ex-wife never got married. Whatever rules or agreement they have inside that divorce decree, the financial support will continuously giving.
Yes. And Popeye said, in America, 9 times out of 10, the woman gets everything and the man is screwed. It's, that's what I'm saying. Take
Yes,
advantage,
exactly.
right?
Because the
People
kids are
take
in our
advantage.
side, so that's
If there's
why.
a woman that cries, just cry. It will be on the woman's side already. So it's still
Yes.
not good, right? Not good that But
Mm-hmm.
both the two that couple, it's broken already, right? And it'll add up the issue in the court, just like Zenny said, issue in the court. You gonna, I don't know, either the woman or the man will get the nervous breakdown. I don't
No,
want to
I mean,
feel
what if the
that.
woman can't work, or he's this, or she's disabled? So that's why, maybe that's why there's a reason behind it.
That's depends on the states. But
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
America, they have a family court. We don't
Mm-hmm.
here. So when you file even a civil cases or criminal cases, it will take so long of a time
I think
before
that's the
it will get
problem here in
approved.
the Philippines. It's because
Ex-
we don't have knowledge about divorce and everything, so that's why we're stuck in this situation.
or that's why we have government. The government
Mm-hmm.
considers those stuffs, and maybe one of the reason why they can't, imagine this one. Imagine it will get approved tomorrow. Just imagine tomorrow it will
Yeah.
get approved. There's
Yay.
10
Party,
million coming up.
party.
Yes,
10
party,
million.
party.
And how many court do we have to just even,
Mm-hmm.
even the other cases, they can't even, it takes 15 years to do it. Civil cases, criminal cases, it's still hanging in there. It's not yet proceeded to the judge. And, I think the government still working on, they had to have another court for family to deal with those children, or alimony, all those kind of stuff. So, yeah, so I think we need budgets in the Philippines to do those stuff. It's really, mind blowing for us. In America, they do that. There's a system. So maybe, ours is back up yet, and it's good that we're improving, right? Who had that sound?
Well,
Yes, it's
yeah,
good that
we're actually very late about this divorce thing. Philippines are really late about that. You know why? Because we are conservative country. We have a double standard thingy
for
here.
women.
So, and yeah, and because we are very attached in religion, and the church didn't allow you to, no, you have to stay. They don't allow that, and I agree with POD, that public on demand, that you know church has actually a big influence on what, how Filipino now, and the way they thinking, because of this conservative culture that they put inside our mind way before. So it's that's rooted this conservative thing. Ac- Actually, yes. So there's a lot of conservatives. Yes, and now,
is there a
ha-
way that we could change that? I mean, because
oh, it's
we're all,
difficult because it started
it's really hard,
when,
right?
yes, because it started when the Spanish colonization implemented that, actually to manipulate the people before for their own benefits. So this is how powerful the church and Catholicism is way before.
That's true. Yes.
Okay.
And it'll take maybe more than 10 years to
But
do something about our culture, or what?
actually, we are getting liberated now because of women power. Women
Mm-hmm.
nowadays know how to speak for themselves, unlike before.
Yes.
So we are getting there. It's just late, but we are getting there.
We're getting
Women
there.
now
That's
are powerful, strong, independent.
We
They'll
have
do what they
voices
want.
now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Unlike
women
Women
before,
have
have
power.
women are not supposed to argue with their husbands, or what their husband says will get what they want. So that's why. No, 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 no.
It's still happening though, right? It's still happening, you know. But here, we know as Filipino that we put much value in marriage. Why get married when you end up in separation? What do you guys think about it? How about
well,
Well,
Marjorie? Marjorie,
yes,
what do you think about Maria's?
we
We
know
know as
all as
Filipino.
we put so much value in marriage. Yes, we really value our marriage. Everybody of us here really valued our marriage because we're not gonna marry a person if you don't love the person that much. But along in the long run, if the marriage already gives you too much stress and the called the toxic one, why you have to choose to stay if you're no longer happy? So it's better for us to leave each other and be happy, live separately. And
Thank,
we never stop being separated for not valuing the marriage. But we're just giving ourselves a chance to be more productive and more useful than to be together while we're beating each other's face.
thank you, Marjorie. How about Mitch? Mitch, what can you advise to all the single ladies out there that they got discouraged already? Maybe because of their family background that, oh, my parents already
Mar-
did this. I'm not just wait.
you know, getting married because that's women's dream to wear a white dress.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I think it's not about the why we get married when you end up in a separation. We Filipino, we have this what do you call this saying that until we haven't or we're not living in the same group, we don't know what that other person is. What do you call this? Ugalian or values or character that he had. So until we're not married or we're not living in the same group, so we have to get to know each other first before we get married. So I think that's my opinion. So we don't end up in that situation or end up in that separation or annulment or divorce.
Do we need to have an additional like subject to tackle about hey marriage subject, like, right?
May kasabihan kasi tayo
Educational,
sa
right?
pag sinubo mo na yung kanin, hindi mo na pwedeng iluwa eh. Parang kaya hanggang ngayon yun yung nagiging value natin eh pag nag-asawa tayo, 'di ba? So that's why it's hard for us to get out of that situation because most of our parents or most of our grandmas or grandparents always says that oh if you get married it's not just like if you eat hot rice and you have to spit it out, it's not just like that.
Thank you.
You have
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have to
mhm.
what?
You have to endure the pain if you want something or if you
It's
want
like the consequence, huh?
yes, it's like the consequence, so that's why.
All right.
I want to ask you.
Zenny, say it again.
No, sorry. Okay, so that's what I call double standard. Yeah, those yeah, why you get married if like you get end up in separation. You when you're in love, you didn't see negative traits of your partner until you stay in one roof. That's what is saying, and then you have differences. If you doesn't work on the differences, the relationship will collapse. And this is where disrespecting, battering comes in. So we are not actually seeing that in the future. We are not manifesting that this is what's gonna happen to me. Or let's say I will not allow this to happen. But you can't control time. You have no idea what's gonna happen next. So if you don't have this strong bond and you don't know how to understand each other, on your differences, if you don't know how to work on that, you will end up separation, divorce, split up. To have your own peace. Everybody needs space. Everybody needs, quiet time and reflect on what's going on. Maybe you need separation, yes, just to think, because even you're legally separated, you can't get married. You're still married technically. But upon separation and you still think that it does not gonna work, then that's divorce coming in. But if separation, you miss each other, work on your differences, then let's unite. You can be united again.
Thank you, Sunny. So there's another one here. What will happen? What will happen to the next generation when we normalize the easiest way to walk away instead of fixing it? This is one of the disadvantage, don't you agree? Yes, Nova, tell us about this one, a next generation. It's
Mm.
easier to
Can I say
go
something
ahead.
first before this question? I
Okay,
before this
all right,
message. It was
go.
about the value of marriage. Well, I can say
Right.
if we are still living the value like our forefathers have before, maybe, but maybe we can keep the marriage intact because our forefathers before, the culture that we have known from our forefathers was marriage is very sacred to them. Like before, our lolas, our lolos, they're having this harana thing just to get the heart of the one that they really love, that they really want, and they are going to pursue it. It's they are, how to say this, they are going through not an easy situation because when they go to visit the person that they want, they have to do something, they have to work hard for it. It's not that easy. The value that they have before, that's how I look at it. And when we look at this time for the value of the marriage, it's it's so far different from before and now. It's so easy to know somebody this time. You can talk anywhere, you can chat anywhere. It's so easy. That's why it's we have this very vulnerable, I could say, vulnerable situation when it comes to marriage. And this time, uh he said, what will happen to the next generation when we normalize the easiest way to walk away instead of fixing it? As I said a while ago, before we think of divorce, we have already think about it a million times. What's gonna happen? What's good? Would it be better? Would it be bad for the people around us, for the family, for the kids? We have already think about that for so many times. That's why I might say that divorce is the very last recourse that they can do to save themselves, to save the kids. you know it's not an easy thing really to have a divorce. It's not an easy thing, but if you have no choice, they left you no choice. It's like you're holding a knife. Once you hold it tight, you know already that it's hurting you, you'll still hold it, right? It's not easy.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
Nova. What do you guys think?
I will say something about that. For how many years I've been single, I learned a lot. I
Mhm.
learned a lot about, our past experience before. and I taught to my what I taught to my kids, because they are all boys, they will be the anong tawag nito, haligi of the family. They are the captain of the ship, di ba?
Mm.
So I always taught them, if you have a problem, talk about it. Never go to sleep with quarrel or without fixing the problem. If there's a problem, there's a solution, right? So that's, I'm always telling them not to follow what happened to their parents, to us, to their mother and to their father, about like this. So before getting married, think about it like that, because getting married or having a family is not easy. Once you are there, you are really there. Responsibility, and until, right, until in your whole life, you have the responsibility. If you have children also already, so I hope that it will not end up of, like, separation and divorce, or how do you call it, annulment, like that. So if you have problem, fix it. If you have something, don't make a big deal. If it's only a small problem, talk about it like that. Don't walk away, something like that. So that's what I've learned, because before, in our time, we are like innocent. When we are quarrel,
That's
we say
true.
blah, 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 fighting, and you cannot fix, because
Mm.
you are shouting each other, right? You cannot
One
fix
of our
before.
one of our yes, one of our culture is you be an old maid, you be called spinster at the age of 25. So maybe that's one of the reason why, as Papay once said, I think Papay one knows our culture very well.
Mm-mm.
Filipino culture teaches the woman to get married quickly and consider a woman 25 years of age an old
Old.
maid. That is a huge problem. So again, you guys had to say something about it.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
who wants to go
Mm,
first?
um,
Yeah, I just wanna
but
add up
uh, uh,
with
that
the divorce
oh, yeah.
as an easy way out.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Zenny.
Yeah, I don't think that getting divorced is the easy way out. No, it's not.
Mm,
Because
it's not.
first, let's say the divorce has been approved in our country. Do you think that the law will just grant you a divorce? No. They have some factors that they need to know in order for you to apply a divorce. Divorce is not easy way out. That actually the least that you can do to get away on a toxic relationship. That is the least. It's not easy way out. Before, I know that we women, before we file a divorce or letting someone go, I think we did our part already. Like everything, we did our share, to let this relationship works before we sort out on a divorce. I think we are all like that. We don't give up easily on our men or on
So
our
you
family.
so you're telling us and the world that the next generation still have hopes to it's not the end of the rope is I mean it's not a cliff to get married. You just had to make sure who and how you if if you want to get married you had to learn and know what would be the consequence is because if the consequence and that to the bad thing, yeah, that's the consequence then. Right. That's what you're saying, right? It's not easy way. Divorce is not an easy way.
It's not. You
All right.
already
How
try to fix. and
How
maximum level.
yes. How about the, being as 25 years old, being a, old maid? What are your thoughts about it?
I don't know. Maybe because it's just the chismosa around us. But actually now a days having kids at 16 years old, 15 years old is actually the trend now. Unlike before, you know, now the younger you are, I don't know, it's something connected with poverty, or your parents pushing you away to get out of their responsibility, something like that. It's not because you're old, you are old already, you need to get married. No, it's not that. There are some reason on that. It's not. I know someone that 50 years old already, but still single, and they enjoying their life being single. No, I
What happened?
Mitch, can you tell us
Oh,
about
okay.
old age?
About the being an old maid at age of
Yes.
25. No, I think it's not. It's just our sayings, our grandparents. If you're not married at the age of 25, you don't get children because we can't produce eggs anymore. So that's why. It's not about being an old maid. It's just a saying around here in the Philippines. But we have our own choices whether we want to get married at that age or getting older.
Right. But any of you in the panel been married early? You know, any of you?
Or have a children early. Yes, I am.
You
Okay.
have.
Yeah, because I cannot unmute. Okay. Me, I got children when I got pregnant when I was 20 years old. So that's why the advantage is now I am already almost 49 years old. And if we
Mm.
are going together with my kids, we are just like
They're
sister
like
and
our
brother.
siblings.
Yeah, we are just like
It's a good
siblings.
thing we have
That's the
kids at the younger age because it's just they're
the
like
that
our
is
siblings.
that is the advantage of having kids for a young age.
Mm-hmm. And maybe because there's a big factor about being or getting married at the age of 25. It's because of our grandmas or grandparents. They want apo. They want grandchildren. So that's why they're pushing us to get married. Oh, get married and give us grandchildren already. You're already getting old. So that's why.
No, before yung unang panahon, they got married like 30s, already 30s, di ba? But now,
Mm.
they got pregnant at the age of 18,
No,
17,
not
16,
18,
20.
15. There's 15. There's
Hey,
Because
I've read something here in the comment sections that there's a lot of single moms out there. Yeah, I think it's one of the
the
consideration too,
factor,
right?
yes. Mm, correct.
Yes, Filipinos that loves babies. That's for sure. We'll
Yes.
think it that way,
Especially
right?
our grandparents. They are the one who loves babies.
So
They are the one who pushes us.
I
Mirasol
am
got a baby for 20 as at the age of 20.
20.
Who can
Yes.
beat Mirasol? Anybody?
I think
No,
me,
But I
19.
but I
19.
am not grandma.
19.
I
Oh,
got
okay.
So
pregnant
So,
that's why
at
they are like my
23.
siblings. They are like my friends, something like that.
Yeah. And
I have a
when
baby at
uh
28. So, yeah, can't
So
beat
one
that.
time when we went out with my eldest son, and because I am not with them always, I am here in Taiwan, by the way. And when I went
Oh.
for vacation in the Philippines, and then we went out together with my eldest son, and the neighbor said like, "Oh, that's your girlfriend," and my son was laughing. What?
Exactly.
She's my mom.
They they think that our son is our boyfriend or something. We're just sugar mommies. We are hot
Yeah.
mama, not sugar mommies.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was a neighbor. The neighbor. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
teenage pregnancy. All right. So we talk about the disadvantage. The disadvantage is people will take advantage to that divorce, right? Once it will be legalized,
Yes, yes.
right?
Mm,
Do you guys have
correct.
any? I know all of you agree, right? Nova, do you agree if divorce be legalized? Yes or no?
Yes, because
Nova,
I know there's a
what's
lot
Mira?
waiting for that
Oh,
divorce.
oh,
I know there's a lot
Mm,
waiting for that divorce. I know that.
and I heard Zenny is 100% agree. Mitch, is that a yes for you to a divorce? You vote for divorce? Be
yes,
legalized
yes,
here?
I
How
am.
about Marjorie?
Yes.
All right. All right. There you go. Yes, I am legalizing. Hazy also in the comment agrees to
This
it.
is too late
Just
for us to talk about this. All of the other countries have divorce, so we have to do it now. Now.
yes.
We're getting
It's
late.
like it's like Spider-Man, right?
Mm.
Spider-Man's uncle said, "Great power comes great responsibility." So is the
Yes, we
government
have to be.
can
Mm.
can carry that responsibility. Maybe the reason why they don't, not yet, even though it's
Push it.
open,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
three senators already agreed and pursue that divorce. Still, we need lots of people to work, to do it, right?
Yes.
Say, I think in America, they have family court to, to work on that stuff, to focus on that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have again here too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're too late.
Yes, we're still dialing this type of phone.
they're
Yes,
working
I
they're,
know.
they're working for that already.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
It's not gonna be
Marjorie,
easy, but hopefully we get through this because especially the Catholic, they're the ones who's against it, so it's not gonna be easy for them.
Yeah,
yes,
because Catholic, they just don't want the family to be broken. That's why. But
Yeah,
how about
exactly. That's what
but
they.
how
That's what.
but
Okay, go
how
on.
about the couple that they are toxic couple already? I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're beating each other, husband beating up the
Mm-hmm.
until they just end up of they kill. They're killing each other
Mm-hmm.
or they
So
kill
that's
the
why I
wife.
said it's not gonna. This is not just an easy talk or easy topic for us Filipinos because it's not that, especially the Catholic. This is not just an easy subject or something like that. That okay, you want this? Okay, we give it to you. It's not that easy.
Yeah,
This is
because
going to be running for about years or 10 years. It's not that just easy to give up the Filipino
mhm,
values.
Mm. Because like me, if I did not run away at that middle of the night, I don't know if I don't know if I am here now, sitting here,
You make
because I was
takas.
almost yes, because I was almost no stabbed with that long knife, holding my six
Mm-hmm.
month old son, like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
What happened? I can't hear.
You're running for your life
Can't hear
just
you
to save your
yeah,
guys.
or your
yeah,
kids or your baby. So there's a lot of topic, or there's a
and
lot of
situation.
things that they have to consider before they give this the divorce bill.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different situation of the
Mm-hmm.
couple partners.
Yes, exactly. But if we are given a chance to finalize this divorce, it will be. I hope so, because this is gonna be great for starters, especially for those couples who are living together but they're not happy anymore. So that's why they have to grow up. They have to find their self again by getting this divorce or something like that.
Yeah, because if they are not happy together, why still
Hmm.
together, right?
Yes, yes. You have to grow up. You have to find yourself again. So this is gonna be a good one if they give us this divorce bill law or something else.
Especially what happened now these days, a man left a woman because of the woman. But
The other
us
woman, the third
women
party.
left for ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Left the man for ourselves, but the man left a woman for the woman. Yan ang nangyayari ngayon because of the kabit-kabit. They left
As
their
long as
wife
our
because for the woman, but the women left the man for herself, diba? Because we can stand ourselves, we can taking care of our kids. We can give what they want and what they need. So
Yes.
women are power. We are power. We are powerful than the men. I can
Mm.
say that because there's a lot of
Yes.
single women in the
Especially
Philippines.
in giving birth. They can't do that.
But now mostly filing a divorce or annulment is women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they
I
want
hope
freedom.
so.
We want freedom.
It's not just about freedom. It's about finding yourself again and be happy,
Mm.
because we've been through that toxic relationship and we want to get out of it.
well, hopefully, we will be in the middle of it. I think
Mm,
the Catholic also have a good idea that they want
yes.
to,
Hope
as
so.
much as
They
possible,
consider it.
yes, as much as possible, they could, preserve the family. But
Mm,
if divorce is also given, I mean, if it's legalized here, then, those who are, uh, victims, and it's really, it needs divorce, then just I think that's Rafi Tulfo's ways to consider, so the Catholic Church would consider it,
mm-hmm.
would consider to make it legalized, and would support it as well. You have to know the
I'm sure
freedom
it will.
first.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
But our culture is
Yes.
really the problem. I mean, we're too conservative, but not. We think 25 years old, a bearing age, we have to, come
Yes.
on, let's have a baby. And every
Mm-hmm.
single ladies would be like, "Oh man, this is
I think
it's
there's
pressured
no
for them."
such thing about being conservative now. All of our children or most of the parents now is being, what do you call this, open-minded about this. Unlike before, it's because of our grandparents. They are the one who's too conservative. But now, especially these 20s kids or 90s kids,
Hindi na yan
they're
uso ngayon.
too. Oh, yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not that we're not that kind of
Yeah,
conservative.
they're not following
Uh,
that anymore.
yes, especially the Gen Z. That's what they call. Is that what they call the generation? The Gen Z.
Yes, that's right.
The,
But
the kids now, they don't even listen to the parents anymore. They can do what they want, right? They can do what they
Mm-hmm.
want. They don't listen.
it's the same like the technology, right?
But
How technologized we are. Yes. How technologized
mm-hmm.
we are. Before, when we study, I don't know, but in my time, when we study, we don't research it in the internet. We look on the encyclopedia, we go to places, it's really, we have to write it down, no photocopy yet,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right? That was before. Now, you
You
can
have
search a
curfew.
formula for just one.
They can see the
Yeah,
internet.
They have
yeah.
an
It,
easy
it
life already now.
easy life. Yes.
Mm,
That's why
yes.
they do not value, the values of before,
If they
like before
children's now,
we get
if they
spanked.
only knew how hard for us to go outside.
Yeah. If we get spanked right
Mm.
now in America, you spank the child
You,
will call 911, and
Absolutely.
then and it
you
depends
you
on
will
the
end up
state
in
you're in,
jail.
because if you're in a state that is they have party list there, so you might get in trouble doing that.
Yes,
They see
exactly.
before a long
They
time
know
ago, you
their
can have
rights
a
now,
pickup truck,
children.
you ride at the back,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have seat belts, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But right now, everything you do will be criticized, like everything. Like, oh,
Yes,
you did this,
exactly.
oh, why, like that. So it's really not the culture. I don't know how to say this, but whichever side you guys are, but hopefully this government will help, to get it through, to
Mm-hmm.
get through it in a good way, not to, not
Yes.
Philippines to take advantage to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. I put up I put our link in the comment section. Maybe somebody is interested to come up and share their
Yes.
views about
Yes.
the
Opinion.
This is an interesting topic, really.
yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and thank you, ladies, for joining in. We might I might consider to have another topic in mind next week if you guys are also interested. Spare the rod spoil. That is why I like Filipinas that knows how to use slippers and wooden spoon. There you go.
And even
Yes.
I don't
hammer
know if I could have
and belt.
Papa. What?
Even hanger and belt. We can use it to discipline our kids.
Yes, yes. Okay. I we You know, this StreamYard, this stream,
The famous is the Walis Ting Ting.
famous is Walis Ting Ting. Yes. So, uh, did you guys share all your ideas in the panel, or you guys still have something to say? You know, maybe you forgot something. Might any of you have any more views? I would uh, I would consider other people to come up as well if you guys already shared your views,
Mhm.
I'm
because
okay
one.
now. I think. Mm.
I'm sorry, Nova. Say it
I
again.
said I'm okay now. I said my views already.
All right, Nova. Thank you very much for coming. I really
Thank you
appreciate you
too.
trying,
Yes.
and I'm glad you really. It's good ideas, and
Thank
thank
you
you,
too for
Nova.
having me again. Besides, my internet is not working well now.
I appreciate you keep trying though.
Thank you. See you next gig if you can enter
Yes,
BAM.
we will. I will definitely invite you again.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
No.
guys.
Bye.
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 All right.
Yeah, I
But
have
I
to
do
go as
like
well.
you had to go too. All right. Before you go, I'm going to put up Popeye one in the panel. Popeye one, be nice to us, okay?
Oh, you want to join?
Hello, welcome, welcome.
Maraming
I
salamat.
Hello, Popeye.
walang ano man.
Mabuti rin. Let me tell you a little something about myself before I give you my opinion.
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
Okay.
I spent 20 years in the United States Navy. I spent 8 years living in the Philippines while I was
Wow.
working in the United States Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of those 8 years, I worked for the Office of the Provost Marshal. That means I was a military policeman. Okay. And I used to
Oh,
work closely with the PNP and the barangays. Right?
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Akin ang konti lang Tagalog, di ba? All right. So
Oh,
I learned a lot about Philippine law and culture. Right. And
mhm.
here's where you ladies are going. Well, not wrong, but I think maybe down the wrong path when you're talking about this subject. I really
Mhm.
think what you need to do is number one, get involved politically.
Yes.
Right? You guys had a Filipina for a president. Aquino Arroyo, was it? Correct?
Yes. Our
And
former president.
remember when Aquino,
Our new president now?
no,
No,
you
she
had
said
Oh,
former
okay.
president
before.
Okay.
was a Filipina, diba?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But
Gloria Arroyo.
none of your laws that affect women really changed. Right?
Yes.
And if you really want to get these laws changed, the first thing you have to attack is get involved politically.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Second thing you have to do is your culture. Like when I said, oh, hey, you know, a Filipina is considered an old maid at 25 years of age. I saw that so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, it made my head spin because, like, every time I see a 25-year-old Filipina, 9 times out of 10, mas maganda. All right. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. All right. And you have some really lovely, smart women on the panel. The akin mabait, diba? All right.
Mhm.
You have to forgive me. Sometimes my Navy days get the better of me, and I I go a little rogue, because sailors are, a little hardcore. Now
Mm-hmm.
I have two daughters. Okay, I have two daughters, and I raised them on my own, right? And I taught them. And they're both. One is half Filipina, and the other is half Chinese, right? And I raised them on my own. I lost my first wife long time ago, okay? And so I raised my children, and I did the best I could. But I always taught my daughters that guys want one thing. Okay, girls, what that one thing guys want, right? And I taught them that, and I said, you really have to know a guy before you even consider marriage. Now, my first daughter, she got married. She has a child. I am a Lolo now, right?
Wow.
I'm very happy, and she has a good marriage because I told her when you go to college, you're going to meet a better type of guy. You're going to meet a more educated guy. You're going to meet a guy
Mm-hmm.
that is going somewhere, has drive and ambition, and it's going to make it easier for your marriage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
My second daughter, okay, she's really different. She's like her tatai. She's very hard nosed. She has a good job. She graduated college. Uh, she is a manager in sales.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
She's hardworking. She makes good money, and she wants nothing to do with marriage. She wants to make her money. She wants to go places, do things, and she don't
Just
care.
like my daughter now.
Yeah, she don't care what people say about her age and not being married.
Mm-hmm.
That brings me right back to Filipino culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was very difficult for me because when I first entered the Philippines, I was 22 years old, right? And oh my lord, there's too many women to choose. You know, it make my head see the puro. All right. And I've been sitting here listening to all your stories. Okay. And I sympathize. I don't judge. I never
Mm-hmm.
judge anybody. Judge not unless you wish to be judged. Okay. And
Exactly.
the Catholic Church, right? You're never going to change the Catholic Church. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to happen. No way,
Mhm.
Jose. Are you going to? I'm a good Catholic boy. I was an altar. Okay. I went to Blessed Sacrament for, you know, elementary school. And then I went to St. Mary's, and the nuns were tough as hell. Discipline. Okay. Discipline, discipline, discipline. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I've known my whole life. Catholic school, military, discipline. All right. And the final thing is you have to change the culture within your household.
Yes.
This culture of, you know, wanting to have children, wanting to have family, you have to stop and question and say, is it right for me to have a family?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I have a family so young? Should I just jump into this marriage? These are all the things that are going to save your kid from making the, what mistakes you might have made when you were young. Okay. Because I look at my parents, and my parents were married for 59 years.
Wow,
Wow.
All right.
that's great.
My parents are the greatest generation. They fought in World War II. Okay. And my mother passed in '05, and my father passed in '09. They never got to become a great Lolo or great Lola.
Great grandparents, yes.
Right. and I have great respect for marriage. Now, I
Mhm.
myself, I'm no longer the marrying kind. Okay, one and done. Okay, my wife passed on. That's it. I'll date once in a while, have a good
Mhm.
time, but nothing really serious. And that's just the way I see it. And so, please tell me what do you all think of what I just said? I maybe
I
talk too
agree
much.
with you. I
Forgive
agree with you. Just like my daughter, she said, I don't want to get married or I don't want to get children. It's your opinion, anak. It's your choice. So I'm not pushing you to get married or give me grandchildren. It's your choice. It's your life. That's who you are. So it's up to you. Unlike before, our parents or grandparents are pushing us to get married just because they wanted grandchildren, but now it's not that, and it's not that anymore. So I agree with you, but it's our children's future. They are the one who's gonna what do you call this? Mm,
Decide.
yes, yes. So that's why we don't have to push them to what we want them to be.
Mhm. So, Mercy, are you back with us?
Yeah.
He got
I
lost.
I want I, I
I
want to
was
get some
looking for
water.
you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear
Walang,
me?
walang problema.
Walang
Salamat,
problema.
Papay. Salamat for taking over. I went to
Mm-hmm, yes.
You got a nice show here. I really like the topic. It's very intellectual. It's not like other Philippine shows, you know.
Mm-hmm,
And you guys are getting down nitty and gritty and talking about the real deal. I mean,
yes.
think that's awesome.
thank you, Papay, for being nice to us. I
Ah,
watched your
Yeah,
thank
thank
show
you for
you.
before.
joining us as
Emma,
well.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that information.
Maraming salamat.
walang
Maraming
ano man.
salamat.
But so think about getting involved politically. How many of you are involved
Yes,
politically?
I agree with that. I agree with that because that's what we get knowledgeable about what's happening around us.
I
We
mean,
have to get involved.
yeah, and like
I I
before,
I
Alex, go ahead.
I love politics though, but I went to the US. I lived there for like 8, 9 years. So before I decided to get married, I want to go to the office. Start with
Mhm.
yeah. But unfortunately, before like at the age of 32, they call me spinster. So I have to find a guy. Too pressured already.
So that's why you get Sir
So
Bob.
when the guy proposed to me, the guy proposed to me, bam, I
That
married him
guy
right
needs
away.
that guy needs to cut the beard off, man. He looks like a
Hey,
he looks like a mountain man. Okay.
no, hey, he can be only two people, right? Bin Laden or Santa Claus. So yeah. Hey. But for me, I like the beard. So as long as I said yes, cut the beard, he will cut the beard. But
Ah,
right now, I'm still liking the beard. So
okay.
I let
We
him go.
know who the boss is. Okay, yeah.
I'm the backstage boss though. Backstage.
Ikaw ito,
Yeah.
huh?
Yes. The reason of it is the foreigner here in the Philippines are very exotic, especially in my area. So I have to hide the beauty. So in one
Ah,
way or another, I have to put some beard on there and
ah,
mm,
very
yeah,
nice. Smart
Must
move.
wear a mask.
yeah.
So
I'm that
how
smart.
many of you ladies like blue eyes?
Whoa!
Yeah, you
Wow.
think I don't
I'm
know
not
your
attracted to
name,
blue
right?
eyes.
Wow.
I didn't hear that, okay? I didn't hear
Ah.
that. It's only for those three ladies.
Yeah, because I
Oh,
remember
the blue eyes.
when my first daughter was born, she asked me, "Does she have blue eyes?" No, my dear,
Ah.
they're as brown as yours.
Mm.
Brown eyes.
Oh
I
man,
think it's rare. Is it or
Zenny.
not?
Zany.
Hey,
I'm
Zenny, I'm
the
sorry. I forgot. Zenny's already in the
Hi,
Philippines
Cindy.
for
Hi,
several
Ate
minutes.
Zenny. You're still there pa pala.
I'm blaming it to Papay one.
Don't
Got
don't worry, Zenny.
distracted.
I won't bite you.
I know you can. Yeah.
I'm a nice guy, believe it or not. But
Okay, I will just believe you.
I'm just
Well,
interested on the
if you
topic.
guys had, if you guys go to his channel, I don't know.
you might be
Popeye the
shocked.
Sailor Man.
You might be
I
shocked.
like
I
that
know
show,
his
Popeye the
channel.
Sailor Man.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just
I'm
the
Popeye
name.
the Sailor Man. Yeah. But you ladies have any questions for me?
Go ahead.
Are you single?
Oh,
That's the question.
I don't
oh,
understand.
walang babae.
Walang babae. Very good.
Wait, single. Let's really see what is single for Popeye, okay? Because single sometimes have girlfriend. Single
Me,
sometimes
I'm
have
double.
it's he's not here in the house. Single. I have a
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend. Single. I'm not married. So what is it,
Single.
Popeye? One single.
Describe single.
Yes.
Single for me, all right? It's like me. I have walang babae. I am not married. I am
Mm-hmm.
not separated. I am not divorced.
Okay.
Okay. Well, divorce, I don't mind if the babae is divorced. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the babae in Philippines is separated, that could be a problemo, huge problemo,
Big
if
Yes.
problem.
if the husband of the Filipina finds out that he is dating an Americano. Diba?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
All
They
right.
Right.
get interested. Oh, you have an American boyfriend. Give me money.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that happen too many times. Okay.
Yes. Yes,
So
yes.
if a lady tells me she's separated, Filipina tells me she's separated, I
Mm-hmm.
say, that's nice. Have a very good day. Uh, thank you for
Yes.
the cup of
It's
coffee.
not gonna be easy
It's not going to be easy because,
for her to get out of this situation because she's still married. It's just she's just separated, not divorced or annulled.
and I feel bad for those girls because they're great women, but I just can't handle that hassle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then people point their finger at you and say, "Oh, you're dating a married woman," and then the chismosa starts.
Yeah,
Marites.
Marites,
Marites.
Marites,
Marites.
or Karen.
Marites.
We don't
Marites
call
is
them chismosa now. We call them marites.
Okay. Yeah. And I see that all the time. It's like I know a few channels out there. There's this one guy. He's been trying to help his Filipina get a
Mm.
divorce for. I won't mention his channel name. And he's been
Maybe
trying
it's
to help
Rapi
her
Tulpo.
get a divorce or an annulment, as you call it, for
Hmm.
4 years now. And he has pumped a lot of money into this. I mean,
Wow.
he has put into close to 100,000 peso.
Hmm.
Wow.
All right. So I guess he really likes this girl. All right. But,
Hmm.
you know, see, that's the problem. I see Catholic Church running the Philippines, not the government
Mm.
running the Philippines.
True.
Right? You
That's so true.
see, that's why I like America because we have separation of church and state.
And government. Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh,
I'm
that's
sure
good.
Mercy learned that when she was in America. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
so that's why I tell you, ladies, get involved politically, get groups together. Um, you have to get out there and fight the government and get your rights. And I seen it firsthand when I lived in Philippines. I lived in Subic Bay, Barrio Barreto. Uh, I lived in East Tapanak, in East Bahak Bahak, in Olongapo, and I lived out in town. I learned the culture, I learned the food, I mingled with the people, you know. And if you don't get involved with the government and get more women into government and
Mm-hmm.
fight for what you want, you're always going to be pushed around. And
Yes.
I saw it firsthand when I used to be sent out on domestic disputes. And you know, American, Filipina, they're fighting, they're hitting each other. Uh,
Oh.
Oh.
Filipino on Filipina, uh, treat the babae like taye. It's not good. All right, it's
Mm-hmm.
not good. And that's where I said, you know, what your children see, they repeat when they're older,
Yes.
and they will repeat that. If they see the father beating the mother all the time, they're
It's
going to grow up and they're going to repeat that with the woman they're with.
That's
Mm.
true.
which is not good, right?
That's not good at all. It's just that.
Yeah, that's why I said sometimes the kids are getting affected by it. So that's why I see that is so true because based on my experience, my brothers are doing the same thing
Mhm.
now with their wives. So that's why.
But then I feel you Filipinos got to change your attitude. I mean, a lot of times I see
Yes.
you're very submissive to the guy.
Yes, exactly. That's what
Right?
we are.
Yeah, I understand that. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
dial that back a couple of notches. You don't have to make that sandwich
Yes,
every
yes,
day.
yes, yes.
you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you know. So it's like
We have we have to put some spices.
you know, maybe give them a couple of more tempos a month.
Mm.
But those are just my suggestions. What I think about it all, man. And I
Mm-hmm.
could be right. I could be wrong.
That's a good one.
Bahala na.
Bahala na.
That's manana habit. Bahala na.
Yeah,
Mm.
bahala na.
Oh,
Yes.
mahala na.
It is what it is. Bahala na.
Mm.
But I want to thank Mercy for letting me come on the show. That was very brave of her. I know I can be very
Mm.
I know I could be very direct and blunt sometimes.
Yes.
Well,
That's
Yes.
good.
actually, we need some
That's good.
guys to hear their
Mm.
Opinion.
perception about that. Now, it's not fair.
Ang kape, ano?
But if
Right.
you have any more questions, please fire away.
What do you
Listen,
think about Papa Iwan? Since you lived here for 8 years, what changed you? Did you happen to influence the Filipinos around you, or they influence
It's
you?
the other way
Wait,
around.
yeah.
The Filipinos influenced me.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Uh,
because you have to adapt.
In what way? In what way?
well,
Let's say
Good
example.
or
I will tell you, and a lot of it was good, especially when it came to etiquette.
oh
I never
yeah.
point at anybody anymore. Okay.
Point it
You
with
used to point.
your mouth.
Yeah, I use my lips. Okay.
Yes,
And
you
if I call somebody to come over to me, I wave my hand down, not up.
Let,
Okay. Don't wave it up. Wave it down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You must be polite at all times. All right.
Yes.
And I used to tell everybody that come to the Philippines, like if a new sailor come in, I would sponsor them, show them around, uh,
That's nice.
give them the do's and the don'ts, and I would tell them, you are not going to change Filipino culture. Don't try. Okay, they will change you.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I give you
Mm-hmm.
6 months. You'll be eating balut. You'll be having baboy damo.
Oh,
You'll like the pancit. Okay, and you will
Yes.
crave lumpia.
Wow.
Papay
Baboy
Agree,
one.
agree.
damo.
I'm
Lumpia,
curious.
yes. And
I'm
pancit.
curious. I'm curious about where you are, at what province you are right now. I might throw
Oh, I'm
Bill
back in
there.
America right now.
Oh, you're back in it.
I'm back in
Yeah.
America. I live.
I
See, I love the hot weather, so I live here. My main house is here in Florida, and
wow.
the weather is like
Mm.
Philippine weather.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Wow.
And when
Yeah.
I
But it's not like hotter like in the Philippines.
oh no, it gets hotter here in
It's
Florida.
humid.
The Florida is a
I
place
see.
to go for Filipinos if you like, because they have four season there. So that's perfect place for
Oh yeah,
Filipinos to go
we have a
to
lot of
live, right?
Filipinos here in my area. We have Filipino stores. I could stop at a
Filipinos are everywhere.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I could stop at the Filipino store and what's the name of that bread I used to get in the morning at the sorry
Pandesal.
pandesal.
pandesal. Yes,
Pandesal.
love pandesal and a cup of coffee. Ang sarap.
You dip it. Sausaw.
You,
I'm
Do you
just
You
still
have to
do
wash
that?
your
amazed.
pandesal.
If you
I'm
can make
amazed.
pandesal, maybe I marry you. Siguro.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed how he speak
That's a sign right there,
Tagalog.
ladies.
I'll make
You have
one.
to know how to
No,
make.
I'm just kidding.
So any
I'm just
any ladies
kidding.
here can make pandesal? Can you raise your hands? Who
How about
knows
a
how
yes?
to?
to cook pandesal.
Yeah,
One
I'll
it's
time,
start
easy
to
to
look
one
for
make.
it.
time,
I'm gonna watch YouTube how to make pandesal.
one time
Mitch,
I
you're
made
missing out, Mitch.
pandesal.
Oh, no, no, no.
How about Zenny? Zenny, do you know how to make pandesal?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Two. How about Marjorie? Marjorie, do you know how to make pandesal?
No,
No? Oh, okay.
no.
You guys had to learn, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
One
gonna
time
watch
I made
YouTube from now
pandesal. I
on.
get burned.
But
Just to make pandesal.
if you wanna get an American guy, it's very easy. When you first meet him, you give him konti lang attention. Just
Mm.
Al-
konti lang. All right.
Yes, konti lang.
Okay. And then you become maraming suplada.
Okay.
Suplada.
Maraming suplada.
Oh, he will chase.
Mm-hmm.
When you become suplada, he will chase you. You won't have to chase him. Okay.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the American utak works.
Oh, I see.
You have to play with their mind. So, is that what you're
Ah,
saying?
All right. Don't tell anybody I
no,
told you that. All right.
Oh,
let
it's just
them
a
chase
secret.
us.
So what's your name again? Take note on that.
My,
Now we know.
the sailor man.
Sailor.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Popeye the
let
Sailor Man.
let them chase us.
No,
Papay one is are those guys that you were saying that we will, they will do that stuff. Are there the possible serious guy that would marry a lady because a lot of foreigners coming here in the Philippines are not really serious. They're into something else, alam mo na, right?
Oh, syempre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Let me
exactly.
tell you about the foreigner coming to Philippines now. The expat.
Okay.
Okay, the expat, 9 times out of 10, the only reason why he's coming to Philippines because he knows what's there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
the bar, the Filipina. I will be brutally honest. Okay,
The
and
naive Filipinas.
and that's where I made a comment on Mercy's show where I said most of the guys now they think they can find love in the bar. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in depot. It's not going to happen. The only thing you're going to find in the bar is heartache, heartache, and empty wallet. Okay, right?
Wait,
And
wait, wait a minute. Whose dog is that?
My dog.
you got angry also.
I don't
Yeah.
have a
Maybe
dog.
there's
I have a cat.
Okay,
maybe there's a person outside. I don't
maybe
know.
maybe we have barbecue this afternoon.
Ah, there's no
Wow.
Ilocano
Oh,
here. Come on.
wow. That's nice.
I remember a Filipino guy. He had me over to his house to meet his family, and my God, he had this big thing on the open spit, and I said, "What's that?" And he said, "That's aso." He said, "That's our pollution."
Aso?
Yeah,
Oh my
Azucena.
God.
They
yeah,
called it Azucena.
yeah.
They
That's our
eat
pollution
aso.
for the San Miguel beer. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I, I, I don't. I'll take the beer. That's okay. but
Oh my God. That's so sad.
but that part of Philippine culture, man. Especially if you
Yes.
go to province, sometimes they like to cook the aso. You know,
Mm.
Azucena.
Have you tried aso, Papay, when
yeah,
you came here?
time.
How is it?
It's kind of chewy. You know, it's like
How about the bayawak?
it's like But I've eaten baniki, ahas.
Paniki,
Oh,
bat,
oh my God. I haven't
snake.
tried that. Jesus Christ. I tried snake and what's that? Monitor lizard or something. And baboy ramo. I tried that. But no, not a panike.
Oh, the paniki masarap. If you know how to cook it,
Mm,
They
I
all
don't think
taste
I
like
can eat
chicken.
panike.
huh?
Oh,
Paniki is like a
really?
fruit
Have you
bat.
tried?
It's
Have
a
you
fruit bat
tried?
actually. The
Fruit bat.
paniki,
Mm.
the paniki meat tastes like a chicken.
See?
Oh.
They all taste like
Yeah,
chicken. The dog tastes like
yeah.
Even
chicken
the frog.
too.
Even the frog. I've tried the frog.
See, I'm old school. My parents put food
Mm-hmm.
on the
Yeah.
table. You eat it. I don't care if you don't like it. You eat it.
Mm.
Right. That was that
Yes,
was
yes,
good
yes.
before. Nowadays, they choose.
Frog and a rabbit.
They are very picky of what they eat. Oh my God. Even if it's you called it healthy or masarap, if they don't like it, they will not eat it.
Now, I remember
Kids
one time
nowadays.
we have a big party for my division while I was in the Navy in Philippines, and we had balut challenge.
Oh,
So I
Oh
eat,
wow.
so I eat the balut, you know, and I do it just like they taught me. Crack the top, put the little salt
Barbs,
in, drink the juice, and then you eat the rest. And I kind of like it. It tastes good, you know. But next day, ang maraming utot. Okay? I like the
You get gassy. Oh my God, that's so
I like the
hilarious.
balut, but the balut don't like me. You know? So you learn, you learn.
That's a good side effect, Papay.
Hmm.
That's a good side effect.
Because
Bad air.
I, all the girls are telling me, oh, you eat the balut, it make your legs strong.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
true.
You're lucky you only get gassy stomach. Sometimes it's you get high blood or something like that if you eat too much
Right,
balut.
Oh yeah.
right.
Oh
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah. I, s- even though I'm no longer in the Navy, I still take care of myself. I still go to the gym. Um, I got some gray hair now, but I don't care.
Yeah,
Papay, Papay,
everybody,
Yeah.
everyone will
Papay,
get
I have a
gray hair.
question for you.
Mhm. But
Papay, I have a question for you. Since you are in a hot seat right now, we will start asking you questions.
all right, shoot, fire away. I'll answer.
Um, are you still have hope to get married someday?
I,
Are
I
you
really haven't thought about that.
seeking? Are you seeking for one, for a lifetime partner, or you been in that experience that no, I'm not gonna get married.
Well, see,
Mm,
I just last year I retired. Okay,
mm,
so I'm retired from the Navy. I'm retired from the local government,
Mhm.
and so I have two checks coming in, and now my children are grown. And because, oh my God, before if I brought home a girlfriend, my daughter gets so jealous. I
Oh,
I
how
know.
old is your daughter?
My youngest one is 27, and
mm.
my
Are they
oldest,
living with you?
my youngest still lives with me.
Your youngest is 27, right?
Yung wire anak.
Yeah, my youngest anak still lives with me, and my oldest anak is married, got a kid, good
You have
relationship.
apo.
I don't have to worry about her. She's the jealous one. She don't like women around me. All right. She's like, no, 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 that's my tatay. No, no babae near him. Okay.
Oh.
Is that the reason why you still single?
No, not really. I I enjoy single life. I enjoy getting up in the morning,
Yeah.
uh, going where I want to go, do what I want to do. And if you're married or got a girlfriend, then it's like you got an obligation. You certain obligations you have to meet. You know, you just can't like say to her, "Well, I'm not going to see you today." you know, you,
Oh my God.
you
That's
can't.
gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you can't treat them like dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
besides,
true.
I never want to treat a woman
Yeah.
badly.
Just enjoy your being single for now.
So I'm trying to make up my mind what I want to do in retired life.
Mm.
And my friends are saying,
Yes.
I have a very good friend here in Florida, and he's going to be going to Philippines here for the holidays. And
Mm-hmm.
he's been there before. And I've taught him all about Philippines. I taught him some Tagalog.
Is
Uh,
it his first time or
no, this is going to be his like second time going to Philippines. And I taught him some Tagalog words. I told him what the best foods to eat and where to go, where to have a nice time. And,
Mm-hmm.
all the different places. Like I told him, if you go into Manila, go to Rizal Park. You will like it there. Okay. Uh, Rizal Park, they have a very nice restaurant where nothing but all deaf people work. Okay. You
You're a
know,
half Filipino now.
yeah, Benging, can't hear. And
Yeah.
it's a bit of a tourist attraction. And I told him, go into Makati. You'll like the shopping. You get, you know, cheap
Ah,
polo
yes.
shirts, stuff like that. See, I don't tell him about the bars. I don't tell him.
How about the South? Have you ever tell him about the South? How
Has he
nice
what?
the South? Mindanao?
Oh, he's been down to Mindanao. He's
Really?
he's been down to Cebu. Okay,
Does he have any favorite place? You know, like, oh, I rather stay here.
I think he likes Cebu and Bohol. Okay, and
Okay.
Mm.
he's a good guy, and he always calls me out advice. So I give it to him, and I try to keep him out of trouble. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's
Because
good.
Yes, yes, yes.
don't want to see him get put on legal hold by a Filipina. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Give me another question.
So how many percent would you consider having a companion?
I'm at about 50% right now.
50. Oh, I will still keep on you know, having a live stream like this. Maybe it might convince you and add 10% next week, and then
That's
the
another
following week.
10%.
Yeah. I mean, when I come on a live stream, you got very honest women here, very nice women. Uh, it's much easier for me to come on and say, yeah, because other live streams I've been on, it's like they talk about Philippines. They're making joke all the time. Uh,
Mm.
they're just talking about bars, nightlife. I mean, the bars and nightlife was okay for me when I was 22 years old. That's fine.
Yes.
Walang problema. Okay.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a grown man now. I'm a big boy. You know,
you're wiser now,
you know,
smarter.
and once in a great while you go out to a bar, have a good time. That's okay. All right. You don't have to go to church every day.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Papay, papay, papay one. What that what is do you have any, like, I really don't like in the Philippines is are what that you hate the most here in the Philippines? Is there any culture that you really hate the most here?
Or
um,
you don't like? Something like that.
I, I'll tell you what I really don't like about Philippines is that when I see it a lot, and I've seen it a lot, is that Filipino men tend to treat their women like taye. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Ay,
and
poop, huh?
Yes.
Aye.
Ow.
I don't like that. And another thing I don't like is I see there are more women working in Philippines than men.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's correct. Oh my God.
You
You got
aced
it.
it.
All right,
You're
Mm-hmm.
acing it. Aced it. What else? Come on.
I'll
Keep on
say
coming.
it. I'll say it in
You really
Tagalog.
are half Filipino now.
Uh, I'll say it in Tagalog for you. Ang
Okay, go
malaki
ahead.
walang trabaho. Ano? Ang
Yes.
trabaho.
They are tamad. They are lazy.
Right? See, I was raised. I worked from the time I was 16 all the way up until
Mm.
this year. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I put in a lot of years of hard work. I've always
Mm-hmm.
paid my bills. I always meet my responsibilities, and you know, and so then I hear the Filipino men they complain. Oh, the Americans, the Westerners, they come over here, they take up a. Well,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
say,
can't blame them, huh?
if you're gonna make it easy to take your Bubba A, they're gonna do it. All right.
Right.
I mean, if you got your hand open, say, "Here, go ahead, take this. I'm gonna take it." Okay.
Yes.
Yes. True. Totally true. And
Because they're irresponsible, so that's why. That's the only reason we don't like Filipino men now, right now.
Yeah, and see, I'm reading what he said. My sister-in-law treats, like queens. I'm not saying all Filipinos, okay?
right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I see a lot
A
Yes,
of,
lot.
a lot. That is so true.
you know, so never think that I'm generalizing. I don't like to generalize. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying I see a lot of it happen, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
even, I've been to Australia, I've been to Melbourne, I've been to Perth, I've been to Sydney, and I've talked to a lot of the women there, and they say, "Oh yeah, our men treat us like shit," and I've watched it happen. And when an American comes over there, they treat them like a god, you know. And my
Well,
lord,
not all. Excuse me.
yeah, not all,
Women got. w- Go ahead. Continue.
and I seen that happen in Australia, and in some countries it's a problem, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it all depends on your culture because, like in your Filipino culture, men are the king of the family.
Exactly.
Okay.
They are the boss. They think they are the boss. And we have to serve them. We have to give them everything they need and they want. That's how it is.
And if you want favor with some Filipino guys, and when you're married with him, you have to give him a boy, not a girl,
Mm.
right? Because
Exactly.
they need a prince for the household. I've seen that, right?
The
I,
last name.
yeah. Back in the '90s, I had a very good friend, um, lived in Olongapo, Filipino guy. His name is Sinon, and I used to always go over to his house. We'd have pakiki sama, little paluton,
Mm.
and I watched how he treated his boys over his daughter, right? And I'm like, wow, it's America, 1955 again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's the way it is, you know. And it's like I always see Philippines, they're like maybe 2 or 3 decades behind America all the time in their way of thinking, in their culture, and in their politics.
Yes, that's true. But
But not.
Papay, uh, sometimes it's good to be, far away from that total craziness, right?
Oh,
So I think it's a good thing too that Philippines stays like that for now,
yeah.
then,
I,
you know,
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's the way it
yeah.
is, you know. And a lot of people now, they tell me like on other live streams, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Philippines has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? you know, and yeah, if you have cell phones, you have internet, you have
Right.
you have great technology now, but
Mhm.
still, there's one thing I will always believe in: the Filipina still relies on the bamboo pipeline to get information out. Okay,
Marites.
Yes.
Because it's fun. I mean, you can't blame us.
no, no, not
It's
at all,
fun.
right?
We don't need It's not generalized, but we don't need
Who needs
psychiatrists
news
here
on
too. We talk
TVs?
to each other.
And I tell you what I mean by the bamboo pipeline. I used to tell my guys that work for me when I lived in Philippines. I said,
Yes.
if you go out in town and you do something wrong or you do something stupid, 5 minutes a Filipina is going to know on the other end of town. Okay, that is the
Yes.
bamboo pipe.
Right. Right. We talk to each other, huh?
Hmm. Yeah.
We're more technologized though because we send it, we forward it with lots of
They,
people.
they
Hey,
work faster
did
than the internet, sorry to
you?
say.
Yeah. And one thing I've really learned is a Filipina never forgets because,
uh,
like, my first tour of duty in Philippines,
Yes.
first
I
tour of duty
agree.
in Philippines, I was there for 3 years. Okay, then I went to a ship, and after my tour of duty of the ship was over, I come back to Philippines, and I remember I walked through the gate to go out on town on Meg Side Drive. I go
Mm-hmm.
down to the DBS to exchange my pera for peso,
Yes.
and this Filipina grabs me and she says, "Popeye, Popeye." I didn't recognize her. It's been 4 years since I've been in Philippines, but she didn't forget me.
wow. What
Maybe
did you
because you're
do,
not
Popeye?
interested, so that's why you forget about him
Well,
or her.
uh, not not really, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I I'm like, wow, I've been away from Olongapo for like
For
5 years,
years.
and this girl, and I asked her, I said, "Where do you know me?" She goes, "I used to work at the OPM office. You remember?" And I said, "Oh my God, you were the secretary that used to work for the chief, right?" She says, "Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How you been? Where you going? What you doing?" And I'm like, she's holding on to me tight, and I'm getting scared because
You, you feel
she's not
harassed?
letting go, man. I think maybe she's looking for an asala, you know.
Yes, maybe. Or she
And
just misses you.
uh, but
Popeye,
yeah,
you agree with divorce here in the Philippines be legalized, right?
yeah, I think it should. And
What do you predict about, when will it happen? Do you have any like, wild guess that it'll happen maybe a year, next year? Do you have any
well,
prediction about it?
I look at
Since there's
what
three senators already been pursuing this one.
and how old are those three senators? What are their age group?
What do you mean? Maybe like 50s,
They're in their
in
fifth,
their 50s. Yes, 50s, 40s.
and then a lot of other senators you have, they're like what, older 60s, 70s. I mean,
I'm not
Not
sure
really.
who
Oh.
who sent the bill last year though. I'm not sure. I do not know who's submitted. It's only for previewed. It's not really, but right now they're saying that really trying to
push it.
pursue it. Yes.
And everything in Philippines, I learned this the hard way. It's,
Mm.
we call it Filipino time. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Filipino time moves like a big ice block, very slow.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
And if you don't have patience, that's when bad things happen. Right? That's what I learned about Philippines. And I think maybe on Siguro 10 years from now, you might have divorce.
That's
Like
what I
Ah,
said. 10 years
5
from now.
10 years. Wow.
so, I'm
Mhm.
just taking Filipino time, the age group of the senators, and their mindset. I put it together. I give you a educated guess.
Mhm.
10 years, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 10.
And there's so many sectors to be considered, and the big challenges there is actually the church.
That
Yes.
that's
Alike.
that's where I say you have to get active in politics and get the church out of government.
Mhm.
Actually, we have this
We
women
already
organization in Philippines like Gabriela, but this sec organization something is like they're not actually on women's protection, or they are not sided. They are something, still politics, and like they're getting something from from some politicians, they don't actually help those
Women.
Filipinos in
Yeah,
distress.
they go along to get along so they stay in power.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
o-
Yeah, so
True.
or they have different intention why they're there. It's not about the woman. It's not about. It's something else.
They're just using the word Gabriela to get attention and
they're
money
still
and whatsoever.
manipulated or controlled, I guess.
Mhm.
See, that's what I like about Filipinos. I listening to what you say, and you're so nice about it. You're like, you say, well, they're there for something else. Okay,
Mhm.
I know what you mean. All right, but I'm the type of guy who'll just come out. Yeah, I know what they're there for. They're there for power.
Mhm.
They're for the money.
Yes.
And I think maybe that is uh, like if the Filipina and the Filipino become more blunt, you might.
Yes, it's becoming
Mhm.
right. I mean, I think it's earlier than 10 years. I'm like positive
Well,
50% that
We'll
because right
actually,
see.
now
it
it's
depends.
that the church already is just like
Considering it.
the politics right now. I'm not gonna be specific to it because you're still going back to the Philippines, right, Papay?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, so but this is me
You're still
Filipino saying
funny.
it, right? So what I'm saying is the church already before for 20, 30 long years been trying to control the government. But now the people are opening it up. I mean, the media, it's two ways now. It's not just, the one who had lots of money had this, uh, like, here, this is what you should believe in. No, not anymore. There's another stuff that it's going on that so I think it might be, I might disagree
We are
that it's
learning
10
now.
years.
Let me
Mhm.
let me tell you how strong when I was in Philippines, how strong the Catholic Church was when I was in Philippines. Right? And
Okay.
I remember when I first got there, my boss in the command post, he says to me, Popeye, I'm gonna take you out and I'm gonna show you around and I'm gonna show you the do's and don'ts if you go into the bars and and if you go into the restaurants and while you're talking to Filipinos and Filipinas. I said, okay. So he took me out. We went on Magsaysay. He took me to the few of the bars. I saw all the
Mhm.
girls. My eyes got big, right? And I said, oh my God, is this heaven? And he started laughing and he says, you just pay attention, be careful, right? So we had a
Mhm.
great night. So the weekend came and I was off. And he contacted me. I was up at my barracks room and he says, hey, me and my wife, my asawa, we're going to church and then we're going to have dinner. We'd like you to come with us.
Mhm.
I said, okay. I, And I'm a good Catholic boy. My mother will be happy that I go to church in a foreign. And so I go to church with him, and I'm sitting in the pew, and I look around, and I see all the girls that work in the bar in the church.
Oh my God.
That's a good
I get it
one.
now. Yes,
I
yes, yes,
love that
yes.
story.
They are the
Didn't get it
angel in
coming.
disguise.
So
You
the mass was halfway over, right? And
Mm-hmm.
my buddy
Angel in
leans,
disguise.
my buddy leans into me and he goes, "Did you learn anything this morning?"
So that's why he loves to go to church. Now you know why he loves to go
It's
to church.
actually plus and minus.
And my
But I have to say, his asawa, she could cook, man. Oh man, she made pancit canton. She
Pancit Canton.
she made lumpia. She made chicken adobo.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, this is good stuff. I can feel my
Mm.
blood pressure going up.
Yes, high blood.
too greasy. Well, yes, it's a culture thing too, right? It's not only just the religion. The
Mm-hmm.
religion coincide the culture. Yeah.
And
So
I was like, I was just laughing my butt off when I saw all the girls. I said, "Yeah, I recognize that one. Yeah, I recognize
Mm-hmm.
That's the one who's dancing on the pole naked.
that
And he's fully covered now. Oh my gosh, that's a
is
miracle.
well,
or
see, I'm really happy for Olongapo, right? Because Olongapo was known when I was there. Olongapo was known as Sin City.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
but
Sin City.
now, wala. No more bars on Magsaysay. Okay,
Yeah, because of,
konti
this.
lang Barrio Barreto. Oo, I know. Konti lang Barrio Barreto, konti lang sa Subic, but not like Angeles City. AC City, still the same. They are the new Sin City. Okay,
Oh.
that's what I learned, and I laugh, and I'm very happy because they got the Freeport zone, and, and the Freeport zone they got a lot of jobs there for Filipinos.
wow, in tempting.
And if you're Americano, you can buy a house on the Freeport zone and
Wow.
actually
Is
lease.
that a good thing? Would you recommend that to a fellow foreigner?
Definitely, I recommended it to my pareco, and I told him, I said, you want to get Baha'i, go to the Freeport zone. That way, you don't have to put it in the Baba A's name, and then
Yes, yes, yes. Because foreigners here in the Philippines are not allowed to buy bahay or lupa, right?
yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an exemption on the Freeport zone for foreigners where you can buy the house
Oh.
and you can get like a 25-year or 50-year lease on the
It's
land.
just a lease.
Yeah, it's just a lease. You don't
Ah,
own
okay.
you don't own the land. But
Mm. So
once
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
once you have the lease, so and I see a lot of guys, they meet a Filipina online, they go over there, they buy her a bahay, they buy the land for her, they build a house,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it's all done, she kicks him out
Yes.
and says
True.
maraming
But not
salamat.
all again.
Not
All right.
all, not all,
Not
but
all.
I seen it,
Yeah, but it's happening. It's the
yeah,
truth.
Yes.
you know, and so I'm like, when when any of my friends say to me, "Yeah, I'm going to the Philippines. I'm going to help my girl build a house," I kind of hang my head a little low and say, "Ay, nako,
Ay, nako. Ay, nako.
you're going to be sorry for that."
Yes, correct, correct, correct.
You know,
Did you give them a little bit of advice like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea. You didn't even say that, or you say good luck.
sometimes, like I told one of my friends, that's not a good idea. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I said, number one, tell me about the girl. And I
Mm-hmm.
told her, don't lie to me. Did you get the girl from the bar? Or did you meet the girl in the province? Or
Right.
did you meet the girl in the store? What? Tell me about the girl. And
Mm-hmm.
he's, he said to me, well, Papa, I met her in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I says, oh, man, stop right now. Stop right now. I said,
Mm-hmm.
stop. Just get to know her better. I'm not judging you. I don't care that you got the girl from the bar. That's your problem, not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is just slow everything down. Don't be buying anything and
Mm-hmm.
just hang out with her and see how long she will put up with your shit. Okay.
Be wise, in short.
And I said, if she's just there to scam you, she won't put up with any of your shit. She will be like, bye bye, you know, because she did not get
Mm-hmm.
what she want. Now, I've seen a lot of my friends go there. I have a very good friend who has a big channel, and he built a Baha'i down in Mindanao for him and his Asawa. And
Wow,
Wow.
his
that's
Asawa,
Wow.
nice.
his Asawa is very nice. I've known
Mm-hmm.
her for a long time, and they're like peas and carrots. They just get along, right? And he bought a
Excuse
piece
me.
of land. They got like three buildings on the land. Uh, Everything goes into that, and they're
Mm-hmm.
happily married. Been happily married
He's lucky.
for like 25, 26 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah. So I that's why I tell you that story, because not everything is set in gold. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody's story is different.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I had when I was there in the Philippines, I had a very good friend. He married a girl out of the Woodstock bar. Okay, and dude, we were all shocked when he did. He still contacts me today. He's living in Barrio Barreto, and they've been married for 32 years.
Wow.
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 Good.
Okay, so I just want to tell you that, yeah, not everything's the same. Not everything appears as you think it appears. They go the
Mm-hmm.
other way too. Just learn not to judge each other. And
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but if I see you doing it, uh, I turn my head the other way.
You can't help him anymore.
Right. At least you try to tell your
Warn
compare,
him.
or yeah, say
he
something about it.
he told me I'm Sira Ulo. Don't worry, Papa. I know
The
what I'm
phrase.
doing. You know. I said, okay, okay, boss man. When you cry, when you call me up and you start crying, I'll put a towel on my shoulder. You can lean in and cry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my sweet friend. Ready for the towel.
Excuse me, Mercy, and guys. I need to go. I need to wake up 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, me too. I
I
have
see
to
you
work in
guys.
about 30 minutes.
it
But
was
this
nice
is
to talk to
so
you,
cool,
Betty.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same
Thank
here.
you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Papay, for coming up in the panel. And
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Zenny is going to have her show on Tuesday night. So please, guys,
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
learn more
Is
about
it Tuesday?
Zenny. Was it Tuesday or Monday?
I think it's 22. I think it's Monday.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
Monday.
Monday. That's
I'm okay with
Monday.
any day actually. Okay.
Yes, yes. So yes, it's almost midnight here, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to end this.
All
But
right.
it's really interesting. Thank you so much,
Yes. We
everyone, for
had a great
the
we had a great
opinions.
live session tonight.
Yes. Hopefully,
Indeed.
I'm going to make another topic very interesting. So, uh, you guys can come up too. All right.
Yeah, sure. This is kind of
Yes.
mind opening, so that's why we have to, you
And thank
know.
you for the opinions.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
Good
Bye,
night
All
and
guys.
right.
good
Good
morning.
night.
Ciao.
Good night,
Hi.
ladies.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night, Popeye.
Good night. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Wait, I'm going down.
All right. Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you,
Welcome.
Papay. Thank you
Welcome.
all for coming to our live stream about we talk about divorce in the Philippines, and yeah, we talk about divorce, and we have a lot of opinions. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Thank you for giving us so much love. You know, love is time. Spell love, Time. So thank you for everyone who's in the panel, right? I mean, in the comment. Thank you. I am very appreciative to you guys and all your ideas and being just supportive. Hopefully, the government will really, give justice to divorce that who deserves it. And since we are not in the office, we cannot we just had to say it like right now. We just give out our opinions, and we're all right in our own opinions, right? We just has to be uh you know hopefully in the same page for the future of the Philippines. Thank you, Michelle, Marjorie, uh, Zenny. Hopefully you guys would come and visit next week for Zenny Monday. All right. And what else? Thank you, the Hapster. Strangers in a Strange Land. It's better late than never. So thank you so much. I think Serge A, I seen Serge A, um, our Filipina, uh, Hazy Cheesy. Thank you. KAE Sports Talks. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you again next time or on what Monday. Bye, everybody.